Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Lisa, your art teacher. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my table of art. Today I'm excited to share with you a pop artist named Jasper Johns. Jasper Johns was in the Army when he was a young boy. And while he was in the Army, he had a dream that he was painting the American flag. How crazy is that? When he got out of the Army at the age of 24, he started painting American flags. He wanted to show his patriotism, plus he wanted to fulfill his dream that he had while he was in the Army. When he was making his American flags, he used this really cool process. He would take melted wax and mix it with his pigments. What is a pigment? That's the color that's in paint or your crayon or your coloring pencils. That's the colors, and he would mix that in the melted wax. It was called an encaustic style or technique, and that's a Greek word for burned in. So anyway, he would use this whole melted wax stuff instead of paint and paint his American flags. Gave it a really cool look. So when he was done, people loved his American flags, and they went crazy for it. And there was this era called pop art. It's a movement in the art periods of life. And pop art is when these artists take ordinary things around the house or out in the advertising or famous people, and they turn them into art. So he turned the American flag into a work of art. So I was thinking, the election is coming up. People need to vote for their president. So how about I incorporate Jasper Johns, the pop artist, with the election. So I came up with this project. What do you think? I hope you like it, because we're going to make this today. We're going to use tissue paper to create the stripes of our flag, and I used a waxy white crayon, which you're going to need also, to color in all my stars. I know it's not the encaustic technique that Jasper Johns, the pop artist, used, but it's sort of the same because we used wax. And I colored over it with watercolor. And you know what happens when water goes over wax? Rolls right off. That's why my stars shine right through. So we have a color resist of the watercolor on the crayon to create our blue square on the flag. Our stars shine right through, and we've got these nice relief of this tissue paper popping out of our paper. And look on the bottom, what does it say? Vote. Remind everybody at home to go on out and vote, okay? So how about we get started? You're all going to get what's called cardstock. It's a harder piece of paper. It's not just a flimsy piece of paper. It's like a little thicker, denser kind of a paper to keep it nice and sturdy. And you're also going to get a printout of the flag with the word vote on the bottom. You're just going to need to trace around it and glue it onto this cardstock. I know your teacher's there, your mom's there. They'll help you do it. I've already done it. I prepared it, and it's ready to rumble. It's on the cardstock. It's nice and sturdy. It's not just a flimsy piece of paper. So next we're going to need to color in our stars. So I'm going to bring you down to my table so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So hang on. Push this back. Bring this on down. Okay. There you go. You can pretty much see my whole table. So here we have the one we're going to work with, and we're going to grab our white crayon, and we're just going to start coloring in our stars. And the best thing to do is to do row by row, because you're not going to be able to see the white crayon on the white stars. So if you do it row by row, you won't lose track of where you are. So I'm not doing star shapes. I'm just coloring them in like a circle. Oopsie. Don't do what I just did. I just ripped a hole right through my paper because I pressed so hard when I color. Ugh. So be careful with that when you're doing your crayon. And that's because I have the glue underneath that's still wet. So just be careful when you're coloring in your stars. Okay, all right, I think I got all my stars. You can't see it, but I believe it's all done. So now I'm going to grab my watercolors, and I'm only going to need one color. Which color am I going to use for this square up in the corner of my flag? Did you say blue? Well, if you said blue, you are 100% right. I'm going to wake up my blue paint with my water because these are watercolors. And I'm going to be careful only to paint the square of the flag. So let's just be very careful and paint only the square of the flag. Look how nice Miss Lisa's doing. And look what's happening. My stars with the wax are shining right through. How amazing is that? That's the color resist that we're using, the technique. Similar to what Jasper Johns did with wax, but he mixed it with his pigments, and then the waxy substance left such a cool effect on his canvas. Look at how nice this looks. Look at that beautiful blue. All right, so now while this is drying, we'll clean up our mess. We'll put our paints away. We'll get out our liquid glue, because you're going to need liquid glue to make the stripes, and our tissue paper. Now everybody was sent all these little squares of red tissue paper. You're going to take one at a time, and you're going to crinkle them up into little balls. Now you could get them ready and put them on the side, or you could do it as you go along. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to crinkle one up, and I'm going to get my glue out. Liquid glue, and I'm going to start with one red stripe. We're only going to be gluing on the red stripe. So I'm going to get my liquid glue. There we go, right across that stripe. Close the glue. We don't want it to dry out. And I'll take my little balls of red tissue paper and just stick them right onto that stripe. Right onto that stripe. So go ahead, you do that. Work on your red stripes, and I'm going to go work on mine. I'll see you in a minute, okay? Go ahead. Go glue away and make your little balls of red tissue paper and create your stripes on your flag. All right, go. Go ahead. I'll see you in a minute. My first line of red stripe is ready. Now I'm going to continue on to the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And I'll see you back here in a few moments. Okay. Look how far I've gotten. I keep going. More and more. How you guys doing over there? You getting all your stripes filled up with your tissue paper? I had to get more supply. I ran out. See you in a little while. I'm going to add some more red to my stripes. Keep going. I'll check on you in a minute. Okay, I'm starting to get a lot of glue on my fingers, so I want to show you a secret. Take a teensy little bit of spit on your finger and watch what happens. It's like a magnet. It picks up the tissue. So I don't have to keep touching the glue. Watch this. Here's my finger. Tiny bit of spit. Look at that. It's like magic. It sticks to my finger. And then I crinkle it up. Come on up so you can see better. Ah! Here we go. Crinkle it up and put it right down on the glue. Ah! A little bit of spit. Look at that. Isn't that like magic? The tissue sticks right to my finger. And I just keep going, picking one up after the other, crunching them up and sticking them on the glue. Try it. See if it works. I'll check on you in a little bit. I've got one stripe left to do. How about you? You doing the same? I hope you're having fun, because art isn't good unless you're enjoying it. Fun. Gotta have fun. This is the type of thing you do to feel good, be happy, express yourself, okay? Keep working. Okay, boys and girls, I finished mine. How about you? Here's my Jasper Johns inspired American flag with the word vote. Vote on the bottom. Remember, take it home and remind whoever's in the house that they must go out and vote. Vote. Vote for the President of the United States. Well, I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I enjoyed doing it and sharing it with you. So until next week, be good, stay well, keep art in your life, and just enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you next week. This is Miss Lisa, your art teacher, saying ciao for now from my table of art. Bye, kids. Bye-bye.